It is.
What it do, YouTube?
We live?
Yeah.
All right. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the YouTube outlaws. We appreciate y'all, man, joining in. Pull up a seat as we get things together here. We make the minor adjustments. Facebook, what's up? Facebook outlaws. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, guess what it is? The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw. Outlaw.
Saturday night edition. I hope y'all had a chance to check out Thursday's show, White People Be Trippin', because they do. Tonight's show is Black People Be Trippin'.
Show enough.
Guess what? Because we do, right? I am Brother Talk to Teach, listen and learn your truth. And we got the crew here tonight.
Yes,
tell the people something good, man.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? I hope all is well with everybody. I am the Black woman lover, the Black man's brother, the coacher, teacher, hood, healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace, peace. I also am the one who brings you nature's Natur, herbs and supplements. Go and get your detox. Got that detox down there in Honeybee Sage, down there at Center Street Wellness. Shout out to both of them. Those are two places you can find nature's Natur, herbs and supplements. Or you can call me, Kamar Carter, 414-949-2122. I got all type of stuff, y'all. Call me. Let's make it do what it do.
Hey.
The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio on the Saturday night. Black people be tripping. Black people be on some bullshit. Sometimes we be on just what we call black shit. There's some black codes. There's some unwritten laws and there's some unwritten rules. We're going to discuss those tonight ad nauseum. I am the world-class smartass, the militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer.
Can you hear him?
I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. So look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run it down. First of all, rep your brand. You got something you doing? You're a black business? Call in. The number is 414-231-9982.
It's going up in the chat room right now.
99.
I think it's important for black people to talk about black people. And if you want to call in and add to the conversation, it's fine. It's a Saturday night. So what we always do on Saturday nights is this. Beverage libations.
Beverage.
Ooh, somebody put something in my drink. But it's your boy, man. We're going to get it in, man. Tonight we're going to have fun. And Black People Be Trippin' is the name of the show. But you got to understand, this is all done out of love. First and foremost, I'm a proud man of color. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I've had a great journey in being a man of color. But I think what you need to understand is that sometimes if you love something, you have to be honest with it. And I think that's the point that a lot of people miss. You want to be black, but you don't want to be objective. You just want to be our need for some self-straightening. You don't even talk to love for self. You don't acknowledge yourself. You don't speak to those kind of demographics. But we do on the show because we have different representations of being a black man. Number one, first and foremost, is the political, social, emotional thing that I do. Second line is the hardline militant. My brother Talk to Teach, listen to learn.
Yes, sir.
And then you got the holistic healer.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Better, man.
Yeah.
What's going on with nature's Natur, bro?
Hey, Natur is popping, y'all. It's popping. You better get with it. Like I said, you can find me on Facebook, or you can find the herbs. You can find my stuff on Facebook. Nature's Natur, herbs and supplements. Go like it. Go like it and preach wellness. If you got any kind of questions you may have that you may want answered about your health and wellness, shoot the question and I'll shoot you an answer.
Brother Talk, man, you do a lot of things with the people just in terms of our personal understanding. So talk about how the people can get with you.
Man, the Talk to Teach, listen to learn 2 words on Facebook. It's a place where we question everything, right? And so it's levels to it, right? And so when you get to a certain point, it's no conspiracy theory we won't touch. And there's also a listen to learn part. So I appreciate all the ones that come and drop wisdom and knowledge about so many things that, you know what I mean, just I didn't have the opportunity to learn about, and I do now. So this ain't what they intended the web to be used for, but, you know, shout out to all the people.
Black women,
we need
beauty soothes the savage beast, right?
Yeah.
So sisters provide that for us, and we want y'all to call in and talk about how y'all feel. We much respect to all sisters who called in and giving us love. But we want the brothers to call in too, man. Let's get down. Let's show these white people that ain't real, but they still gazelles. I don't care what you say. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I want to start it off by talking to my crew. How y'all doing, man? In the midst of all our newfound fame, how y'all doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm loving it. People recognize you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, man. It made me feel like I ain't doing it for nothing. I learned, you know what I mean? Look, I got chill bumps again, y'all. I got chill bumps again. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's live like that. I was just at I got some friends of mine. They got a group called Know Your Worth, right? And I was at the what's that place? The Empire Room. Used to be Zarko.
Yes, sir.
I was just down there, man. Look, I was in heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know about the show.
Okay, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? They was talking about how informative it is. It feels good to be able to watch some black men that actually talk about something. Right. Some black men with some substance. It ain't just no bullshit show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I felt so good about that. You know what I mean? And again, it was our black women.
Man, sisters ride with us. I love black women, man.
That's because we ride with them.
Y'all call in 414-231-9992.
It's in the chat room, y'all.
Shout out to 3041 North, Mr. Terry. Very interesting conversations. Shout out to Kingfish MKE, who I roll with. And Chris Johnson has always put me up on what's going on downtown. And shout out to Kimberly King with the Wisconsin United for Freedom.
We see you in there.
Who came on the show.
Hey, honey, what's up?
Shout out to DC Crowley.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shout out, right now we're going to get Lena on here. And no, it's got to happen.
Shout out Tori Lowe.
Told me about it the next day. Brother,
we got to get her in office.
Brother.
We got to get her in office.
I missed it, huh? Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to discount the fact that sister brought something to the show, and that's why she's going to come back and represent the estrogen.
Well, I requested that because I missed it.
Now, she's coming back just to represent. It ain't about her being fine. Because we done had, I mean, shout out to Coop and Reggie Snow.
Oh, yeah, we had our estrogen.
We ride with black women. We're not against black women.
But we missing one, ain't we?
Well, Coop, Trinity B. We're talking about
Key Martin. Right. Okay.
If you like light skinned chicks. If you like light skin.
Let black people be tripping. Here we go.
People be tripping.
Here we go, man. Light skin, dark skin.
Right. We gonna divide ourselves.
Right away. Beverage.
Black people. Right.
Come on, man.
Hey, shout out to Chef P. Y'all gonna see her soon. She gonna start bringing some food to them. She's a caterer. She like to cater food. She loves to cook. I'm telling you, she's great. If you look on my
rep your brand. What you talking about? You want to be a revolution? You don't get this from 98.3. You don't get this. And it's Outlaw Radio, and black people be tripping.
Say they don't. Right. Say they don't. I dare you.
Call in if you disagree.
Black people be tripping. Black people don't like to support black people.
It's a whole bunch
of people always talking about black people. There's black people that that's why I don't. The business owners, and we all got to step our game up because you know what I mean. You talk about customer service. This is one of the main reasons black people talk about why I don't like to shop with black people because they see how they act and their attitude ain't right and all that type of shit, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think we all need to step our game up. As far as
I totally agree, man. And listen, and when you talk about business owners and businesses, we understand that black people don't have the resources that other people have. Right. You know what I'm saying? Startup money, loans, so on and so forth. But the one thing you can do is be damn polite. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you can do, black business owner, is open your store, your shop, your business on time. Smile. You know what I'm saying? Smile. You know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. That's free. You know what I'm saying? And those are small things that'll keep you coming back, man. So I agree with you, brother.
Definitely.
And much love from the 414. The mill loves us. The mill loves us. I don't care who, all you haters and all you supposed detractors. You can't fade us. The mill loves us. The streets love us. We represent the underground. This is the underground. This is the dude who will never get a question by the Journal Sentinel. That's what this show is.
And you want to know why? Because they don't want the answer.
They don't want to hear that
Because
shit.
they don't really want it.
I should have told you. My name is Kevin Barnes. Actually, my government name. I don't have a bunch of fancy links and shit and glitter and all that shit. You just got to tune into the show. You just got to get down with us. You talk about where would the revolution come from? It comes from your mouth. It comes from your mandible. It comes from your jawbone. You better stand up and say something.
Yeah.
You know, stand for something or fall for anything.
There you go.
Right. And as a black person, I love black people. People say, well, Kev, why you do a show called Black People Be Trippin'? First and foremost, we did a show last Thursday night called White People Be Trippin'.
Go check it out.
So you can go check that out.
Yeah.
It's actual factuals. But I love black people, so I can speak truth with them. That's why I'm the Negro Whisperer, because I can talk to us. Right? And I know right now there's a need for accountability. Jay, don't buck your eyes. Don't buck your eyes. I give you a beer, you're going to go to the bathroom. I'll say something bad about you.
Listen, what up? Well, we can do all that. You know what I mean? And then I'll be back. Finish my point, right?
Depending on whether it's the first piss or the third piss. You better be getting drunk. You off work.
Every time I piss, take a shot.
Libations. 414-231-9982. I'm here to tell you, black people got something to say. Stop thinking that black men. See, one thing about being a black man is I'm actually one of them. You know what I mean? I got tired of people talking about us, but not talking to us.
Right.
Why are you asking somebody else about me? Don't ask your neighbor. You feel me?
I feel you.
So we created a platform where black men could talk. And black women are entirely a part of this because it takes a strong black woman to make a strong black man. It is a concoction. It's a formula. It's not a singular thing.
Right.
As a black man, you dumb as hell if you think you successful and a black woman ain't had nothing to do with it. Even if you got a white girl, because you think about where you come from. As a black man, you was born from a black woman.
There you go. That's where it all
How
started.
you disrespect that woman?
That's where it all started.
There's a large percentage of us that just do things.
I got chill bumps again.
Based on the women, right? Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's brothers that wouldn't even bang. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on, let me let y'all have a moment. Let y'all have a moment. Hey.
I'm cold.
Tissue.
The nigga is whispering over here.
Fuck Reggie Brown.
No,
I'm jacked up. No, you gotta come with us.
Hey, no, y'all go ahead.
No, we brothers.
You
wouldn't get my. You want my cup?
No,
Okay, you got that big. You don't need nothing else to drink.
You're right.
Let me tell you something.
Because I'm a P.
Right. A preacher's kid.
As are you.
And I am a preacher's kid. My father was a Baptist preacher. And he
I just went to a Baptist church.
And
ain't the same.
I know it ain't the same.
I think I feel my help coming on.
Do y'all know what the Great Migration is? We all from the South. We're all from the South.
No doubt.
Nigga, we all from the South.
So when you start coming from the South, and then you understand that probably your parents, and then your father in particular, came from the South, he was probably a descendant of a slave. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where you can start tracing your ancestry.
We're all descendants of the Great Migration.
We're not all.
If you don't know what the Great Migration is, you got to understand that black people escaped the South.
But it was black
because ain't no movie made yet when they show that between 1950 and 1960. We left the South because of the Jim Crow bullshit.
We did.
We went north.
Right.
And the North won the Civil War.
Right. I do just want to make sure that we understand that, there was some black people already were here. Like when Columbus came, black people already had established it. They had relations with the nations and whatnot. And so some of the people that you see walking around today are descendants of people.
Yes, to the people listening. I said black people be tripping because to me, in our lexicon, the way we talk to each other, let's talk about the way we utilize the word tripping.
Yeah.
Tripping. It ain't always bad.
Right.
Because I've been mad before and Bull done said, Kev, you tripping.
Right.
And I wasn't on no bullshit,
right.
But I was tripping.
Right. We all do.
I mean, come on, man.
We all do.
But that's fine. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to go to war with us.
Right, exactly. That's what we need to do.
Come on, man. We gotta stop letting them tell us when we need to fight each other.
Stop letting them tell you about us.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, and when we talk about black people tripping, that's one of the things that came to my mind is that we will literally let television and social media and different things tell us about ourselves.
Yeah.
You can take care of their children, so on and so forth, and then regurgitate the bullshit you heard on TV that there are no black fathers.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. We see it on Facebook all the time.
For sure, for sure.
There is no race, biologically or otherwise, that's greater than the black race. We are people of the sun. The sun can't fade us.
They're trying to block the sun. They putting shit in there. Okay, this is some talk to teach, listen to learn shit you might need to go check. But they doing shit to block the fucking sun. They understand we people of the sun.
I'm talking to black people though, and they don't understand.
No, but black people need to be aware that they doing
That's why
shit
we
to
killing
block the
each
sun.
other.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
We're
sir.
murdering each other. We are exploiting each other. Let me tell you something. This bullshit with Gail and Oprah.
I was wondering when we was gonna get to that shit. Right,
I knew it wasn't gonna take long.
Woo!
First of all, get the
What do you call her? You funky dog head, dog face bitch.
Yeah,
I'm just quoting Snoop. Like I mean, that's what Snoop said. That's what Snoop says.
Just clear that up.
Right. Go check it out. YouTube it. Don't it's Googleable.
414-231-9982. Ride with us. Don't collide with us. I'm saying everybody got something to say. And in Milwaukee, y'all so used to not having your voice heard. Opportunity for you 414 ass dudes to get it in.
Oh.
That's what the People's
Hey,
Network
we'll even include some of you 262 niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And everywhere. Republican, Democrat, Republicans that got their ass ran out of Chocolate City Studios. I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Tory Lowe is an independent.
I wish y'all could see it.
Right.
Right.
I took it down. Blame me. I got wide shoulders.
I just did.
Right. And I get it. Fuck it. Let's get it over with.
You still my nigga.
Hey, right. You shouldn't say that. Black people.
Right.
That's how a dude tell you he's your friend.
That's just me and him.
That's something black people trip about too. Just the word nigga.
Please continue to talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you got a pee though.
But
I don't piss in the middle of the
you know,
show.
black
That's
people
you.
trip about the word
My
nigga.
whole mind.
You got a bunch of people that say, we shouldn't say that word, we shouldn't say that. Then you got a bunch of people that say, so what we said, I don't want to. Some people that say, well, it come from niggas, it come from this.
Niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigger.
Yeah, I get it, right? But today I posted a post. Everybody got an opinion. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Like an asshole.
So what? I don't care what you think. I can present what I think about something, and that's it. You know what I mean? You could take it or leave it.
Now, hold on, brother, because you said something on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been Thursday, but you was like, everybody can have an opinion, and you can think this, and I can think that, and that's cool,
right?
And I agree, but that's based on the assumption that everybody has an equal voice, right? So when you don't have an equal voice, you have somebody that's dominant or that controls the airwaves or social media. That's not an equal voice, and then it's not okay for you to say this and me to say that, right?
So talk about Facebook.
That's
what the Facebook.
Well, but they do it as well. but let's take this example, right? So you telling me that it's equal airtime, it's equal rights, it's equal for a heterosexual homosexuality. The same thing will happen to you if you bash a heterosexual as opposed to bashing a homosexual.
Right.
Is it the same when you get the same feedback if you say something derogatory about black people, if you say something derogatory about Jews? You see what I'm saying? So it's not an even playing field to just say you can believe this and I can believe that.
What I mean is like, okay, say me and you sitting down she's hanging out on the porch talking, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we come across something that we disagree upon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
Everybody pimp their mic.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
I'm move it up.
I can't do no more, right?
No, you gotta go hard. Pimp harder. Pimp harder,
but yeah, we can discuss, we can intellectually talk about something, right?
Yes,
both our point.
Right.
Now it's a difference because you get to a point where you start to debate, right? And then now it's like, okay, now I want to impose my opinion on you. Because the debates, they get hotter and hotter.
For sure.
You know
I want to be right. You want to be right.
You know what I mean? Getting an ego about something that we can both agree
We're talking about different settings, right? And so I'm talking about our voice is not magnified like other voices are.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the LGBT community. You know what I mean? How come we could say something about them and get crucified, but they could say something about us and it ain't shit?
So right there is where I say the voices ain't equal, right? And so yes, sir. Yes,
you're right.
Kimberly King, please call into the show. 414-231-9982. Kimberly King from Wisconsin, United for Freedom. Please call into the show, my sister.
And she puts in work. Her boots is on the ground.
No, Kimberly King.
Her boots is on the ground.
Incredible show.
Respect, sister. Yeah, no, and she was here, right? It shows on YouTube, right? And let her represent herself.
I want to leverage everything that we're going to say before and after this by saying this to people of color. When have you entered into an agreement with a white person where you benefited? What treaty? Go back.
They broke them all.
I don't give a fuck if you went to Harvard or Yale. I don't care. I don't care how deep your research goes. Show me a situation where the white man has ever honored any contract. He never has.
You two Republicans, tell us about it.
It's never happened. So as a black man, we're tripping because we don't understand that. You continuously trust this motherfucker. This is the same dude that hung everybody.
Killed.
This dude invented getting fucked up your ass with a piece of... It ain't just us. He fucked Mexican people.
Yes.
He fucked African people.
Yes.
He fucked English people.
Aborigines in Australia. Yeah. Everybody. Person.
How do we not all collectively distrust this motherfucker?
But the fact
hold on. He didn't just fuck him. They raped,
killed, murdered, destroyed.
Listen,
we won't even talk about the things they did to the children. Right. You see what I'm saying? And it's part of black people be tripping. How much evidence do you niggas need?
Well, that's why we tripping.
Huh?
Right.
That's why we tripping.
When do you get your mind?
That's why we tripping, because I can't believe we ain't all on board.
Right.
And all you safe ass Negroes.
Right.
I got a white woman.
Yes, to the phone.
Say it again.
What's that, man?
Chicago win. What's poppin'?
Hey.
Why you call me super nigga?
Because you be tripping.
Hey.
Same shit. But it's like we don't be understanding that. We don't understand that. We don't see that, man. And I try to share that. I got a coworker at my job, and it's like, I don't know what Kool-Aid he drinking, what kind of shades he. Remember the movie They Live?
I do.
Right.
And this shit is ridiculous, man. They talk to all of us, and then when you say something, you try to stand up. And you don't gotta be all like rowdy, getting on injuries and shit like that, but try to stand up and try to take care of it and target in on, this is what you said. This is what you laid out. This is what it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
This is what we talked about. These motherfuckers were not trying to like ruin you.
They will.
You came in 10 minutes late yesterday. You're like, no, because you already got land on me because you ain't supposed to give me what I'm learning. That should be some bullshit. That should be some bullshit. That's why I just have to call in on that, man.
That's love. Yeah, love.
There's always a nigga at the job that want to make the white man.
Yeah, Ewok got to holler at me, man. I know you're a little mad at me. I know he's a little mad because I took the show down, but he got to holler at me.
I was mad at him too, right? So
everybody
say hit the call in and talk to me. We can both be mad at this nigga together, right?
Niggas been mad at me since I was born. I'll fight all y'all. Since you knew me, I fight everybody. You better tell him. You knew me since I was 8 years old.
Appreciate
Love
you. Yeah.
Once again, I ask black people who listening to this show, Show me a situation where you working with a white man worked out for you. Even if you got a white girl, you just a bought nigga. You listen, let me explain this to you. You're gonna go to Christmas and wear a funny ass sweater and drink some cocoa. And when they pop that bullshit about Trump, you're gonna sit there silently. You a sellout ass nigga. You sold your soul for some paper. I don't sell my soul for no paper because I'm gonna get paper anyways because I'm a real dude. Right? I'm a factor. So I want black people to call in and tell me how we be tripping. Let's talk about us tonight.
Right. Let's peel the layers back.
No, the first layer is, first of all, there's no funnier comedian than a black comedian.
So right.
Nobody's funnier than Chappelle. Fuck what you talking about.
Straight up.
David Chappelle is the funny because of the social commentary. He's the funniest dude. They tried to go at him.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. So when it comes to that, I'm a stand-up. I love stand-up comedy. And I love black stand-up comics because they talk about our pain and our pleasure. Right? But
answer the phone!
I want you to stop. We're going to talk about this shit. You live on Outlaw Radio. What's your name? Where you from? What up, OJ? What's happening, man? What's happening, man? What's good, baby?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Man, black people be triple J. Talk about it.
Hey, you know what? I had noticed something, bro. On some serious shit today. I got up, man. I got on social media, man. And there was a bunch of motherfuckers, man. Like, they was really like, women was circling the wagon for Gail and Oprah, bro. They was like circling the wagon for that shit. And it was some niggas chiming in with the saying, how you gonna disrespect the sister? Oh, he went overboard. When he sucked up that way about him is because of who he is. Because you seem like, you know what I'm saying? You work with Martha Stewart and shit, like, and I'm thinking about his investments in his life and shit, his business. And then I said to myself, like, I'm one of them niggas, man. Like, I don't, I'm saying, like, make a lot of money, like Snoop, fucking with white people and shit like that. And I'm knowing the revolution kind of fail. And in my mind, I'm saying to myself, like, you know, he cussed out to make his shit some threat. I'm like, when the fun starts, people like her gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, you know, calling the names and gonna feel bad and shit. Like, people gonna
OJ.
Die
OJ.
in the revolution, bro.
OJ. Why you ain't here?
It's Saturday, fam. Come on, nigga. I'm getting ready to go right now to Hillside Recreation to pick up my damn daughter, fam. Birthday party. I gotta be there at 9, but Ian was taking up all the goddamn time. They were checking into at work and shit. I'm like, man, bro, like, I don't even want to get into bullshit at work.
Hey, them niggas be tripping at work too.
Shit like that, you know what I'm saying? There's too many stories about that shit. Like, on some real shit, bro. Like, people need to wake up. Like, I can't, like, Kim, you're an angry dude. I've seen you angry. I can't come up to you and backhand slap you. And
you better not. I'll blow your motherfucking head off.
Expect that your retaliation is supposed to be a backhand slap.
You better not slap me.
Shoot me if you want to, because that's how you get to come.
Well, you better not.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
Do you feel me what I'm saying?
Yeah, we won't do that. We won't do that.
People out here, bro, that feel like, you know, it's serious now. That your platform is too goddamn big for you to be spreading propaganda to divide our community, to divide our numbers, to make everything that Kobe Bryant has worked for, to do for women in business, and scholarship programs, his mama camp, you know what I'm saying, him trying to get Chinese motherfuckers to open an international basketball league to compete with the NBA, so people who are white don't have to own everything. All of that shit will seem invalid if y'all get to push the narrative that you can't do business with this nigga. Let's do what I tell you, bro. You out here raping bitches. What you said that don't mean nothing. And the thing about it is R. Kelly really ain't never did
You Northside, you Capitol Drive. You got to come in here and get your mic, man. I respect, I love you. You know I love you calling in, but I like it better when you hear live, right?
Man, I be liking to make it too, bro. Straight up, bro. Yeah, I just had to come in here and put that down in the show, bro. I appreciate the being able to do it on the phone right now. I'm about to run to the ghetto and get my baby, bro. I'm gonna watch the rest of the show on repeat after it's done, I guess. So
y'all heard that?
be easy tonight, man. Y'all be safe on the way home tonight, bro.
Y'all heard it. Going to pick his daughter.
Shout
out to Tommy Jones. Peace, brother. I see you watching.
All right, OJ, man. You know it's love. Hey, so black people be tripping on a Saturday night. Yeah, we be on some bullshit, but let me explain it to you. I'm not coming against black people. I'm not talking down to the people because I'm one of the people. I come from the mud sharecropper. She explained it to me in so much graphic detail that I couldn't trade it if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say black people be tripping, I want to talk to my people. They have a lot of white followers and a lot of white listeners, right? But this show is for black people. If you ain't black, you better be careful what you say, because you get your ass chewed up. Ask Punima Nath.
Right.
Right. You get your ass destroyed.
A verbal lashing.
Fucking with 8-2.
Rep your brand.
Rep your brand.
Rep your brand.
If nothing else.
Right. Rep me. I can help you save up to 35.
I want to talk about our community. Black people be tripping in the community. And I don't give a rat's ass what anybody says about our community, because the violence in our community makes no sense. You know, I think it was Tupac who said, you love to shoot a nigga, but you scared to pop a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not encouraging people to shoot cops. I'm not, because that's dysfunction, and that goes in a whole different situation. Right. But we as people of color should have a system up right now, but we should have a paramilitary unit active, backed up by social justice and lawyers. And these liberals who say they love us, this is what gets me about you niggas who love white people. You don't love white people, you love liberals. Those liberals who will tell you they'll vote for some liberal legislation, but when it comes down to it, your ass is going to be by yourself. You will not see that old fact, right? And I'm saying that because I want black people to understand we do be tripping. Mm-hmm. We couldn't help but to trip. Look what you've done to us.
Right.
Look at all the bull.
They have taught us to trip on each other.
Man, come on, man. Who taught you to hate you? Who taught you to hate your nose?
Right.
Your lips.
Your neighbor.
Right. Who taught you to hate you? The ultimate purveyor of hate, right, is the white man. Right. The white man hates like nobody else. I ain't mean to call you a nigga.
Man, you tripping.
I know, give me a herb. Give me a herb. Go ahead, Jack. Help me out.
Like people be tripping, you know?
So when we realize that everybody that's given us our is a goddamn liar, then we was begin to question who, like where it came from. It was started by Jews. Right?
Joe Springer.
It's not even ours, right? So, and BET ain't ours, and none of the shit that you think
this whole
is ours,
fucking lifestyle, this whole Western culture,
it's not ours. So which kind of a downgrade, but because you a sports dude, right? So even this XFL, that's coming. The NFL, this is great big.
What's going on?
So this is Liam. What's going on, King?
Man,
all right,
what's good?
Hey, black people be tripping. Black people be, I'm really flipping because we're talking about the city of Milwaukee, the state of emergency to condemn, and he's done all of these things, but as a emotional about the one black candidate that's running for the mayorship of Milwaukee. No matter what it is that he's done or hasn't done, he deserves a shot. Being leadership.
Right. Well, I took
Tripping another day, you know, because people really murder someone. And they'll say free Tay or free Lil Mike.
Right.
But free brothers, they want to call the sickness. And I understand the colonization of our way of thinking. But at some real and the hate has been birthed upon our people. At some point, we have to see beyond that. So the reality of those that we know are innocent, and then want to free those that we know are guilty is just sickening to me.
You was gonna have to come in and be a part of this, so I'm glad you called in. And that's why I say, hey, you got to come in and represent that estrogen, my sister. I'm gonna tell you, like I told OJ, don't be calling me on the phone. Come to the damn studio. You know where it's at. Did I give you a day? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I gave it.
Hey, Liz. Hey, Liz, that was late in the show. Right.
You can come whenever you want, Liz, because we like you.
Say no more.
That's what's up. No more talk, like Willie D say. That's a right. Hey, look, and Liz, the sisters is asking for you. Like, I got a lot of feedback. They want to hear your voice. They want to. Sisters was like, yeah, you got to bring that sister. So I know you're gonna do what you do, but we gonna have a good time. I want you to come back, my sister. You know we love you.
Say no more. I love y'all two kings, and keep doing what y'all doing because this is needed. Giving ourselves a platform to be real with each other, because until we can look in the eyes of the person next to us that looks just like, and we in this fight together. So
that's peace.
Have a good night. I will see you guys Wednesday. Let me know if it's a show that you need to come before then.
No, I'm gonna inbox you because we gotta talk. Yes, Saturday night. We love you.
I think one of the things, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, just talking about how we treat each other, how we do each other, why we act like we act, you know what I mean? I think we have to understand our essence, what our essence is. A lot of us don't know what our essence is.
How you don't know?
Our essence is peace.
Let me tell you something. I watched this documentary on Netflix, Who Killed Malcolm. First of all, understanding when Malcolm left Elijah Muhammad, his most confidant was an undercover choices. Of Malcolm's death, the Nation of Islam failed. They failed.
Yep, they had me. Hey, look, they had me side-eyeing.
Farrakhan brought him back because Farrakhan is a factor. You gotta go watch this documentary, and you have to. And you think you might know everything about life from the gate, so you gotta go watch that. Black people about that. Because I trip with a Nation of Islam individual, even though love Farrakhan, the one who was involved said they didn't have nothing to do with it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Black people be tripping, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
I have to pee.
I got a potty. Come on, man.
Let's talk about Gail and them.
Man.
Let's talk about Gail and them.
They tripping too.
So Snoop, listen. First of all, Snoop is he's a relic. Snoop represents where we were at, you know, rappers, but his impact cannot be denied. Even right now, where he does this thing with Martha Stewart, you got a problem. You know what I mean? Because black women are not bitches and hoes.
Right.
They sisters.
Right.
They're wounded like we are.
Right. You know how I feel. I watched him, you know, I mean, over the years, you've seen him. To me, I thought he made a lot of changes with himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, I remember his levels to this shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He just hadn't grown that far yet. So he still does this bullshit. He's still that street nigga. I mean, I'm still the street nigga too. You know what I mean? I'm one of my people. But I have a...
Let me tell you something. If you ever have a disagreement with a black woman and you cannot articulate the disagreement, if you have to resort to calling her a bitch and a hoe and try to call you a bitch and a hoe and you punk ass bitch, and it reflects on me, because if you a punk ass bitch, I should have never had a baby by you.
Right. Right on.
I'm supposed to be more game tight than that.
Mm-hmm.
There's black women. And even though Gail was wrong, and she was wrong because she kept trying. She can blame on her editor.
Mm-hmm.
You kept trying.
She asked him questions.
You kept trying.
Yeah.
You kept trying. Lisa Leslie wasn't going for the bullshit.
Right.
Leslie knew Kobe.
Now, see, my thing is this. Gail, if you felt so strong about that, you should have been fucking with that shit while he was alive.
Why you didn't step to him? Why you
You know
didn't step
what I'm
to him? Right now, black people be tripping because the war between the black man and the black woman is egregious. There's no possible way you should
I
be.
don't like it,
You should never. As soon as a white woman came in, you straighten your life out. Use a mall.
Sucker.
Use a mall. You should have straightened up for the sister. Sisters know us. They got brothers. We're in the community together. They know how we get down.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't playing that bullshit. The reality of life is it shouldn't be easy. You should have a woman who's accountable for her. First of all, how can I respect you if you don't respect yourself? I love you, sister. And you need to say, hey, respect me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's fine. That's not drama.
Right.
That's me getting checked.
Ways, you know what I'm saying? Over the highest priest or the chief, you had a queen mother.
Okay.
The queen mother was the only person that was able to check the chief in public. You know what I'm saying? Like you say earlier, it's a strong black woman behind every strong. Then you got all these powerful black women.
Asada still ain't been caught. She in Cuba.
Right. Yeah, she ain't gonna get
America
caught.
Can't fuck with Cuba.
Right.
Even Trump says,
you know what I'm saying?
America. If you can go to
Hypocrite.
you want to go to his award ceremonies? Or
I never liked my bad, but I never liked the Grammys. You know what I mean? Because I always felt like it was black people sucking up, trying to get the approval of white.
At the Super Bowl, shit was some bullshit.
Oh my goodness! Well,
oh, you wanted to? I get the Latino thing. J-Lo and Shakira. I get that. But you're Jay-Z.
Thank you, Jay-Z. Good job.
Right. So Colin still loves George Zimmerman. Mahomes, I didn't want to put it out there. Mahomes loves George Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm.
So he's blackish.
Yeah.
Ain't that the show they sell us?
And we got a lot of black people that's following this, right, man. Like that love him. All my homes must speak on our behalf. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on the white side of his family's behalf.
Kevin's going to pee. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. But you know, like we say, black folks be tripping, man. Black people tripping. You know, this shit is ridiculous how it is out here.
But before we get to Snoop, though, let me ask: is bitches exist, right?
But I mean,
but I can't say that they exist. If you a bitch, I can't call you a bitch.
I think we can find a better word.
We can. But there are crackers. There are some motherfucking coons. There are some Sambos. And so are we gonna jump on everybody for calling a spade a goddamn spade?
Right. Well, you know, the reason why I say that is because, see, when you say there are some bitches, I mean, my first thought is what a bitch really is. What's the real definition?
It's a female dog.
Okay. There's some black. Is it man out of the black? Do you know some dogs? Do you know?
I know some dog ass bitches.
Do you know some dog? Would you be offended by that?
I know some dog ass niggas.
You do know some dog ass niggas. So I know some punk ass bitches. What's the difference?
You can say that, but I mean.
Well, I think there's a difference between a nigga and a black man.
Well, Jay, I think the thing is in the connotation, because we talk about context all the time.
Right.
And I think in the context of it, Gail is not a punk ass bitch. I think Gail is a career focused sister. She has her own struggle.
Well, how about an ignorant ass black
woman? She
No, explain your description of this honorable act, because tell us all of the shit that she did for black people. She's reached this position, she has this platform. You share with us all of the things that she done for black people that make her exempt from being called a bitch. Tell us about that.
Well, first and foremost, my mission is because I don't know what she did to someone.
I thought you was talking like
no. What I was saying is, in classic definition, and I'm a street dude. So when we talk about what a bitch or a hoe is, we talk about a punk ass broad who wants to victimize you regardless of the fact. She don't give a fuck if you love her or not.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, if you love her, it's more of a weakness for you.
Yeah, that's right.
So by the classic definition of what a punk ass hoe is, I think she was victimized by her fame. Because the one thing that they do with us is they give us a little shine And then
was Oprah victimized too?
Well, just hear me. All
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying is in the classic definition of what you think of a punk ass. I don't think Oprah's a punk asshole.
I do.
Well, you might. I just don't think we're in a position right now as black men to publicly say anything negative towards black women. I think we need to try to, from the north side, such as myself, to say, hey, to make sure my people eat. And I don't think she has that.
Right.
And I think one of the things that happens is sisters need that, whether they want to admit it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all can call in.
See, and that's one of the ways where they need us, just like we need them.
Black family structure on the show the other night. And Liz Brown agreed. But they didn't do anything to us that really affected us until they fucked up our family structure. When they sent us to jail.
Your home to make sure there was no black man in the house.
Right.
So it wasn't all in prison because you didn't go to jail.
What I'm saying, Jay, I agree with you,
yes,
bro. I'm saying that's part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
They did that shit.
I said it because that was me that said that.
But it was all a part of the sister one time saying, well, what do you tell your guys who don't take care of their kids? I said, I don't have no guys like who don't take care.
This is your circle because I don't see these niggas.
Well, we're talking about real alpha males. We're talking about black alpha males.
So if we can't talk about being,
grandmother always told me, "Show me your friends, I'll show you."
That's right. That's real shit. But we can't talk about being honest and being able to call. And then you say this. This is what you just said. Get out of fucking hurt all.
Okay, and I get that you feel that way, but when I said that, what I meant is. Maybe we shouldn't say it publicly. Maybe it should be in-house. There's such thing as
No, I was gonna say that makes more sense.
Well, just let me finish. It's in-house shit. And black people be tripping. See, a white person can't write this show. See, so please, I'm
just saying for you, those of y'all.
But I'm saying, you're right, because black women deserve as much criticism as black men do.
Come on, man.
But what I was saying is, want to do counterintelligence against us, our division. Let's keep that in the house.
But it is time to show all of you black women with a platform that choose to come after black men and ignore the crimes that by the very people that you hugged up and you got their hairs and DNA and shit on you, and you won't say shit about them, but you want to come after black men. It's time to call you a punk ass, funky dog head ass bitch.
Well, you can't call.
He
did.
Opinions expressed on Outlaw Radio are solely those of the motherfucker that said it. Me. Understand who to get mad.
414-231-9982. I mean, my thing is, I don't think Oprah's a punk bitch. I don't think Gail is a punk bitch.
I do.
And I don't. It's hard. You know what you have to for me to give you that designation is do something to me personally. And see,
I'm sorry. I wanted to read.
My gift of discernment comes early.
Mm-hmm.
So if I figure out that it's bad energy, you won't never. I might hit, but I might. You know what I'm saying? So it's on a man to really make those man decisions. So I always say, if a brother gets
testosterone-driven opinion, she said no, because she said she doesn't keep it in house. She didn't keep that shit in house. She didn't go to Lisa Leslie and keep that shit in house, did she? It's a different argument. But it's the same argument because you said I should.
Well, you know that's the same
I should
thing
keep it in house.
Talking about Malcolm X taking it to the white people, to the media.
But I fuck goddamn bad. If it's the truth, if you did some bullshit, you probably shouldn't have.
Ain't nobody saying we shouldn't be on our ass. We talking about how we went down. And I ain't gonna be like bitch. Now, listen, because you did something I don't like.
Snoop said
just because you do something I don't like.
Snoop said bitch. This is what he does. He's not new. You didn't just meet him. Are you shocked?
So it's my so do we? Hey, I got a question. Do we have to disrespect somebody for doing something?
No, you should. You should.
He answered it.
And listen, but people who the show is called Black People Be Trippin', and honestly, I love these guys because and everybody feels how they feel. Nobody here is required to feel the same way I feel. I'm saying this: I love black women, and I love being a black man. But the problem is we're not right. We ain't right.
None of us.
We ain't right.
That's bullshit. Ain't none of us right.
No.
Bullshit. Ain't none of us right.
I'm not. Okay, so let me put it like this. I'm not right.
I'm not right.
I'm not right. I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. I have issues. I've done things that some people wouldn't understand.
Right.
Sisters have done things that people wouldn't understand. See, I look at it like this. Either we love each other or we don't.
Right.
Right? So when you when you deal with me, it's a whole package. And I'm gonna tell you up front what it involves. It's on you to figure it out. It ain't without flaws. It's about like, oh, this cat, you know what I mean? He was involved in this weirdo. We accept Wet was a great song, but if you fuck somebody in their ass who's underage, it was wrong.
But we don't know that to be the case.
We don't
so
know.
when you compare him to R. Kelly, that's unfair.
I didn't compare him.
Okay. So when you put him in the same breath, let me tell you, a lot of what I'm hearing right now is that old ass no spiritual bullshit about turn the other cheek and love your enemy. This is the bullshit that's got us in the situation that we in right now. Fact of the matter is, if we was talking about a black person, what you would say is a mistake. I think black people doing that.
Who don't want to hold white people accountable?
Black people. Just listen to. I don't mince my words. I said
that's. I asked the question,
and I'm answering.
I'm saying who?
Black people.
We disagreeing, and I thought you was pointing it at us. That's what I'm asking.
If the shoe fits,
well, buy a matching purse. But we just did a show. We're doing black.
You know if shoe fits.
And I answered your question.
Well, you didn't.
And too bad. I tried to.
Well, we just did white people be tripping. So this is preference by tonight is black people be tripping. But it's preferenced by white people be tripping, in which we talked about white supremacy and the way that. But even in that, if you follow the Greek type thing, you got to understand the black boule. You have to understand the talented 10. It wasn't her. It was
syphilis.
Syphilis.
They put the shit in the blanket
for 45 years.
Yeah. But, you know,
I
don't want to say the negative.
It's a different world. Yeah. So I'm saying to black people, when you say Oprah put these dudes in college, and I say, well, Rockefeller put black people into slavery, but those white people, some smart niggers. Let's just throw them a bone. So you get down to the Atlantic Compromise, and how we missed that? Because I want to eat a cheeseburger or some apple pie. Fuck apple pie. You understand what I'm saying?
How about I make you a nigga pie?
Right. Come on, son. If we invested in empowerment, we'd be much better off. And we argue too much because we're arguing in the face of Wauwatosa, Washington, Ozine from the police. Don't give me that bullshit ass film talking about he shot in the air. He got shot. If he shot once, he
on the one day you ask black people to not go shopping, they still do. Like, at some point or another, you gotta say fuck them. The ones that abstain. The ones that's down is down. The ones that's not is not. Maybe when they get down, then we can acknowledge them. But up until then, fuck them.
Put your money where your mouth is, Black Milwaukee, Black America. Stop marching. Stop singing. Stop letting them tell you who your leaders are. Stop spending money with them. Stop going to their mall. First of all, malls are a dead thing anyways, right? Malls have died. Northridge is dead. Capitol Court's dead. Fucking Bayshore is fucking failing. And they tried to pull a business move. I know the business. Because you know what? I would prefer to go into.
Yeah, I would love that too. It was a place in Atlanta, man, before I left. I lived there for about 7 years. And I don't, anybody that's from there, tell me it's the beautiful, right? But again, it was a modest place. But the thing that you walked away from, they gave you A1 satisfaction customer service, and to me, it was a business model for any black restaurant that wanted to open up.
Black people deserve respect, and you know this is why I say black people be tripping because you think because you dark skinned, you ugly. You think because you got big lips, you're ugly. No, they go get Botox. They putting shit in their
They trying to look like you.
Both like you, and you trying to look like you got your hair blonde, trying to look like them.
Black people
they know what's good.
Black people be tripping because we don't love ourselves. How could you not love yourself? How could you not look at this beautiful black skin? How could you not?
Love for myself grew tremendously when I understood my divineness.
Come on, man.
When I understood that I'm a spiritual being living a divine human life. You know what I'm saying? The love for myself. So that's why I say it's a lot that we have to learn in ourselves.
Black people,
you know what I'm saying? Black people tripping, and we gonna keep tripping until then.
Why if you really worried about your children, why don't you take a stand on their curriculum?
Right.
Because let me stand up and say something. You gonna keep complaining, but you ain't doing nothing. That's why I say there's a difference between activism and activity. You can be an activist, but if you ain't active, you.
And in addition to, however, also what you have is the people, the black people that are trying to get involved. They have a constant push, a constant fight against these motherfuckers that make the laws. They constantly change and make sure you have this ID or that ID, or you know what I'm saying. They try to find reasons to get you off the ballot so you can't vote. Now we need to address that shit because you got some people that's trying to vote. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about totally our situation in the 414, but they got other situations. You know what I'm saying? Where you need this particular ID, and then they'll shut down the DMVs in that area, so people without transportation can't make, like they play little punk assholes. Let me tell you, and the shit, the standards that we have, like they don't have it. Like we can't imagine the shit that we do, that they do, like with our children and with their children. They own some different. They are fucking devils. So here we have to understand that even the people that we have that are righteous, the black people that do try to do the right thing, they have a force that's against them, and it's called politics.
Well, see, and
Democrat or Republican.
Well, my brother, and I don't know if he even knew, but right now in Wisconsin, they have a such thing called a voter purge.
No, I knew it, yeah.
And this is what they've done. If you have not updated your address, if you have not updated your ID, maybe you have an expired ID.
Right.
Maybe you moved several times because we're nomadic people, because we don't own anything.
Right. So sometimes you have to.
So they've removed your name from a list of eligible. So even if you vote for who you want, they will dismiss your signature because of that.
So what's the motivation behind that, brother?
Well, we know what it is.
Well, so we have
Right.
So you better be in tune with the People's News Network. You better be down with Outlaw Radio.
Hello,
this is where we spit the real.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, update all your shit. You gotta vote.
Right. Hey man, you know what? Speaking of voting, I want to say something.
Go ahead,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
Y'all remember when I first came on the show? I kept telling y'all, man, fuck, I ain't vote.
Get your mic, pimp your shit.
You remember I used to say,
I remember you said
it.
Yeah.
It don't make no difference.
Yes,
It don't make no difference. But I'm gonna tell you, man, this year, you know what I'm saying? I got a confession. I'm starting to break a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel it now. You know what I'm saying?
I respect the shit out of that.
And see, and this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Okay, it's a part of me that says it ain't gonna matter. But then it's a part of me that says, you know what? What if it does matter?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Err on the side of caution, right?
Exactly. And I had a talk with Mr. Court, right? Me and him sat down. He coming, man. But anyway, he just said he got to figure out his date. He coming. But anyway, what he was talking about was, he told me about how right now in Milwaukee is we can make history. Like we can run this motherfucker with the, people in there. He was saying we can run this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? At that point, I'm like, you know what? I think I am finna go update my ID.
Well, you should.
You know what I'm saying? And
my shit's up to date.
You know, mine ain't.
Mine is.
I done moved.
Because I'm a registered voter, and I had to, because in the last election, it was after, because I didn't vote in the Trump thing, and I realized the error of my ways with the last one, when we kicked Scott Walker's ass out of Madison. I already had that shit taken care of. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some understanding.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go. To me, I'm feeling like, well, what if it does?
It does matter, because they're not spending all that effort on something that don't matter, right?
They're also sitting next to these people on Outlaw Radio.
Listen to this. Yeah, you know what I mean? Eventually it's gonna pound in there.
Now here, to your credit a little bit, right? When we talk about the presidential race and you start talking about the electoral college, the popular vote doesn't really matter as much.
Well, we're gonna get into that as it
goes
along.
That's some other shit, right? And
I move my people along at a pace.
Well,
my sister told me a long time, be careful about moving that needle too fast. If you got that knowledge, move it at a pace.
She was talking about your needle.
I got a big needle. Maybe
that's why she said, "Oh, move it too fast."
I got an 8-track.
Right,
but no.
Maybe he was poking.
Jason fuck with me. 414. Listen, 414-231-9982. Like people be tripping. No, I don't give a fuck. I'll stay on here until 3 o'clock in the morning.
He will.
Somebody got to call in.
He will.
Let us know that we ain't on no bullshit. Black people be tripping. Now, I talk about the violence in our communities. Now, if you understand the way this community functions, and you understand the systematic, as a brother from this community, to try and affect change. But the reality of it is right now, our little brothers ain't listening to us. They don't give a fuck about us. And they disrespect us. And they talk about, well, because they don't lose. We broke the homicide record. We said, I found something that I love to do. And it took me up and out, right? And I try to talk to them. But I understand why they don't want to talk to me either. Because my struggle's not there. Because my mama was by a Southern man.
Right.
So what I do is I want people. I said black people be tripping because I love black people, and I said tripping because that's what we said. We laugh about it, like you tripping, right. You bugging. It's about cuz come on, man, like right. Like we that's us. That's in house, right? You know what I'm saying? Black people be tripping. Black people be tripping because we won't come together. Black people be tripping because we don't understand economics. Black
but listen, first of all, I want to say, man, Miss Africa,
she some elder.
No, stop. You said some dumb shit right there.
I'm dumb.
So no, you're not dumb. You're not. Tell us what the good Lord vote done did for you.
You asked me that question.
No, I didn't ask that question.
She asked. I want to know who asked I got a kid.
Who did what?
First of all,
I'll show it to you right here.
I love that. I love her. She's a sister walking. Now let's look at this. The Civil Rights Act, the Federal Act, was passed in 1964. Milwaukee didn't actually even, because the white people in Milwaukee was like, fuck y'all, right? At that point, I wasn't even born yet. They purchased a home on 17th and Capitol in 1970, before I was even born, 5 years before I was born.
Yeah, when I was born.
They purchased a home, and at that time, that was where we couldn't live. My parents were sharecroppers from the South. Due to the legislation, they were able to purchase that home. I'm the worst baby boy you ever had in your life. I grew up in the Rufus King neighborhood. If you over there right now, you know it's still a pretty as shit, even though bodies be left. But it gave me such a great understanding because I grew up with Mr. Johnson and Mr. Jones and Mr. Barnes. I grew up with accountable dudes who own their homes. They own their homes, they had jobs, they were accountable, and they were all men. And they had women who were accountable as well, even my mama. Now, my parents bought that home in 1970. We didn't sell it until 2009. So my mom and my dad was dead and gone. Because before that, none of us lived on Capitol. None of us lived above that.
She said, what did your vote? You was born.
Okay, but the original question was, what is legislation?
That's not the question. The question was, what has your vote?
Okay, so
your vote.
I would say
you changed the question.
I would say since my dad is dead and my mom is dead, I will answer that question for them because they were able. Well, God damn it, can I finish?
Yes.
I would say I represent their vote now because I'm their direct descendant. Serious. The point when black people walk, here's the second part of legislation. Here's Dollar Bill with his punk ass creating legislation for the Pell Grant, right? The Pell Grant. And my grant, it came with a fellowship. So my mother looked at me and said, nigga, you got an opportunity to do something that I could never do. I had to get it from the mud, but you can get it from the system, and that's your responsibility. However you do this, it's on you, but I gave you a shot. So that is my entire answer in terms of what does legislation do for me. Now, if we look right now, there has been no...
I'm saying like this, I'm going to put it like this.
Okay.
Our collective has not... I'm saying,
I got you.
We haven't been able to build any wealth in this country.
I got some shoes.
I beg to differ. I think I can build wealth. I'm working on it now. I don't have an oppression.
Give us our goddamn table. Leave us the fuck alone.
Listen, I love what you said.
I love Millie Queen.
Right there.
Hey, you know what?
Listen.
I will never disrespect Lee Barnes and Ida Barnes because those were some cats who grew up sharecropping from the Jim Crow South, and they switched it. They made it. That's why I'm finna get a doctorate. That's why, because it's about, they changed it. They switched it. It ain't supposed to be this. If my mama was alive, she'd tell you right now. I don't know sheep shit from Wild Honey. I don't know my asshole from my elbow. But I asked Kevin about it, and I bet you he explained it to me. So if nothing else, I was able to do that for them. So I bridged that gap. And that's why I say black people be tripping, because we should all love each other for being able to overcome. Like, we want to disclaim each other and say, oh, nigga, you don't know nothing about legislation. You ain't know this, know that. But you can't disclaim the fact that I come from sharecropping, from the slavery. My grandma.
See, this is my thing.
Oh.
We cannot be happy and be glorified with these crumbs and these niggas making millions and trillions.
Mm-hmm.
They doing everything under the sun to us. We are constantly at war. We can't even live in a peaceful environment.
Oh.
We got people living on the street. I go to sleep at night. I'm thinking about homeless people. I'm thinking about children being medically kidnapped.
Talk about it.
I never thought that I would grow up and live in a world like this. I'm terrified to let my 12-year-old daughter walk down the hallway in my apartment building because they snatching our children.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's some people that invade it. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
But the
Thank you.
collective is fucked. When the collective is fucked,
now I tell you what. Listen, you look, black people. Look,
listen, I'm loving.
A lot of us hold ourselves back.
Let me tell you, I'm loving everything you saying. I'm loving everything you saying. Right.
So I want to hear the brother Bull.
A lot of us hold ourselves back.
So we finna hear. Let's hear a rebut to what you're saying.
State.
Right. Talk about it.
Millie.
He finna tell us why we do that to ourselves. It's nobody else's fault. It's our fault. Tell us about how it's our fault.
It's not actually that, Millie. I just want Bull to be able to talk.
Yeah.
It got nothing to do with me. I want Bull to talk.
Tell us.
I think a lot of us hold ourselves back.
It's our fault.
Well, go ahead, Bull.
Just off our mind state. You know what I'm saying? Our mindset. I grew up many years, you know what I mean? I always felt like, man, I can't do this because of this, because of this, because of that.
Okay.
But then as I raise my consciousness, I understand better. When I understand my divinity, what I can do, and I see myself doing it. You know what I mean? Master manifester of my own life. You dig what I'm saying? Do you believe it or do you not believe it? Are you walking this walk or are you just talking the talk? You dig what I'm saying? I'm learning different now. I can make my money. Ain't nobody stopping me from making nothing. Ain't nobody stopping me from doing shit. You dig what I'm saying? And I ain't saying nothing to take away from what nobody else think. That's your mindset. You can have that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's what I meant earlier when I said we all entitled to our own opinions. We all entitled to our own thoughts. You're welcome to the thoughts you have, but I just have to stop right now and say, hold on. I don't feel like I'm being oppressed. I don't have any oppressors no more. It's a mindset.
Well, first of all, let me say, my sister Millie Queen, you know we rock with you, right? The Black Panther Corner, right? You know we rock with you and Nate shit. I thank you for calling in, my sister. You support us. We love you. Your hoodie is on the way.
All right, talk to y'all later.
Hey, love, I appreciate you calling.
Power to the people.
Peace.
And I got Tori Lowe in the chat room. He said blessings. Tori,
what's up, Tori?
414-231-9982 for Tori Lowe. It's 414-231-9982.
Yeah.
We want y'all to vote Malele out.
Call
we want
in.
Tori to represent.
We just learned that laws are your mind. So our mindset. It don't have nothing to do with holding white people accountable and nothing to do with the laws that they make. It's our mindset. We just learned that. That's fantastic.
We just did. White people be tripping too.
You keep talking like we don't understand.
We don't understand.
I'm talking like being played against us. You keep talking like we don't understand that.
We did white people be tripping too on Thursday night. Now, let me preface this. I'm doing black people be tripping tonight, but we did do white people be tripping.
But that's my thing. Black people be tripping.
And we supposed to be talking about black people.
Black people, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't that the title today?
That's what I'm saying. So black people be tripping because we accept what white people give us. When I say stop letting them tell you about us, it's because we listen to white people tell us how we are, what we do, who we are, where we came from, right? So this is what I'm saying. This is my issue with black people, that we accept that and don't do additional research and then come down and say, we need to be held more accountable when we don't even make the people that govern us be more accountable. So that's, to me, that's how black people be tripping. We keep holding ourselves accountable, and we don't hold that same energy when it comes to other races. So black people be tripping.
Give me a solution.
414-231-9988.
The solution is to do the same thing, to hold the same standard when we look at. Okay, wait. You asked me. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you hold the same standard, and when you're talking about white people, when you talk about lawmakers, when you're talking about this, that, and the other. Who can you got we see on internet every day, it's a motherfucker that got a car that runs on water, that runs on. So why do we still have to buy cars that's based on oil? So it's to question everything. That's what we can do, and stop accepting what they give us, and understand when we're given a truth by a liar, it should be questioned. That's what black people should do, and stop accepting that bullshit and calling it information.
Go ahead, bro.
I ain't got nothing to say. If he answered my question, fine. But that ain't what the fuck I was gonna ask.
I'm saying
my thing is, okay, after we hold them accountable, then what?
Okay.
Let's try holding them accountable first.
And then what?
Okay, so after we hold,
don't just tell me to hold nobody accountable. You can't tell me I'm wrong and you ain't got no solution.
Here's the thing. So after we hold us accountable, then what?
That's what I just asked you.
No, I just asked you.
Come on, man. That was your shit.
Here's the thing. I already answered.
Come on, man. You ain't answered.
So my
shit,
answer to the question is,
I said after you hold them accountable. You told us to hold them accountable. Now after we hold them accountable, then what?
But I gave you an answer. I said let's hold them accountable first, and then I asked you a question.
And then what?
After we hold us accountable, which is what you root for, then what?
I just told you what I'm doing. What I'm doing. I'm building myself up.
And I'm building myself up.
I'm building myself
up. And I'm building myself up. That's what I do.
I'm past holding them up. Fuck holding them accountable. So I'm working on me now.
That's right. Ignore that.
I'm working on me now.
You make laws.
Yeah, that's what I just
said. That's right, because you make laws to hold you accountable. Right, because
they easy, brother. Right. Take it easy. God damn.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
You miss my whole point.
Right, you miss your point.
Because see, you listening to reply. You're not listening to understand what I'm getting at.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What's
calm down first. I don't kick it like
you
that.
calm.
I don't talk like
you
that.
calm.
I don't talk like
then
that.
Calm down.
I don't talk
then
like
calm
that.
down.
You the only one hollering this shit.
I'm not talking the same voice as you.
No.
You're a lie. You are the goddamn lie.
Listen. First of all, relax. The show is Black People Be Tripping,
and we just hold on. We just showed you black people tripping.
Why you
saying that we go to?
I'm not pointing at you saying shit. I'm not getting all sarcastic about the shit you saying. That's fine.
Good job. Good job.
Why are you doing it to me though?
Good job.
Why are you doing it to me? Some
good
bullshit
job.
Right
good
here,
job.
Man.
You're right. It's bullshit. Go ahead, Kara.
Here's the thing. I want y'all to relax, right? First of all, it's just a Saturday night. We're having a good time.
Black people
We're brothers. We love each other. And it's really about the truth. And this is what the truth is. When people get to talk and they're free to speak and it's a platform, this is what happens. I wanted businesses. I want black business to be a part of what we do. We're building a brand. It's all good. I understand. And see, the one thing we got to get by the fact that we don't all agree, right?
Never
and
will.
sometimes it turns into this. But the point
it turns into this when you get aggressive.
Well, the point of this show was Black People Be Tripping because we have yet to come up with a solution. Now, I said that I watched the documentary of Who Killed Malcolm. And it's the same thing because there's people who say Malcolm was a traitor. There's people who say, no, Malcolm exposed the truth. There's people who say Malcolm evolved. It's so many different like methods of it. It's so much methodology. I just want to tell black people this. We're the greatest people. We are the stars of this universe easily. If you listening right now, you're a black person who don't love yourself, shame on you. If you're a black person right now that's not in pursuit of the truth, shame on you. If you're a comfortable black person, shame on you. You, as a black man on this planet, you have to continuously be in pursuit of the truth, right? Standing still will get you no progress. And moving without purpose will make you stand still. It is what it is. So whether you agree or disagree, hit me up, hit like, hit share, hit follow.
Hey,
it's Outlaw Radio. And sometimes it gets loud, sometimes it gets rude,
passionate,
but it is what it is. So I'm going to close this show out tonight by saying what I always say, which is the greatest quote that I think could have been conceived in the last 20 years. And it just so happens to come from Mr. Willie Dennis from Houston, Texas.
Willie D.
If your criticism outweighs your contribution, then you probably a cold. I'll see y'all Wednesday night for the Warrior Report. Yeah.
Peace.
Ain't nothing but love.
Great show, fellas.
I'm cold.
Hey, you is cold.
I'm good.
You put on a jacket.
I'm good. They gonna give me one day. They gonna give me a cup.
For sure. Might be